Disclaimer. This TikTok Live is intended for thoughtful discussion and debate on complex and sensitive topics. It is not meant to promote, glamorize, or trivialize any harmful behaviors or ideas. All views are shared with the purpose of fostering understanding, education, and open dialogue. Viewer discretion is advised, and we encourage respectful and mature engagement in the comments.
It's only reacts, breaking it down. No left, no right, just truth all around. It's not about parties, no red, no blue. She's calling it out, bringing facts to you. So tune in and see, no filter, just facts. Right here, right now, it's only reacts. It's only reacts.
What up? What up? What up? Bam, 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 bam. I wish I had my I wish that was programmed into my sound, but it's not. My soundboard. Wait.
Bruh.
It's not programmed. What's up, y'all? It's been so long since I've been live. I took a break, Thanksgiving break. I've had to cut back to one show per week just because I just moved back to the States, and I'm trying to get reacclimated. All right. Uh-oh, I'm supposed to be live on TikTok, but I'm actually not. What in the world? Hold on, we got to fix this real quick. I want to be live on TikTok. Everybody, do me a favor. If you're watching on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up on this live. If you are watching on Instagram, please share and give me a thumbs up on this live. If you are, here we go. Let me share this one. Apply. There we go. There we go. It's hard to do a show without Mo. I tell you what. It's not hard. It's just not fun. I will say that. But I'm going to get started in a minute. I have to pull up one extra thing so that I can go live and we can chit chat about this whole thing that is happening. All right, we're live. Here we go. Boom, we're live on TikTok. We're live on YouTube. We're live everywhere right now. There's no way there's only 3 people watching me. No freaking way. Do I need to add? I don't want to add it. Maybe I should. No, we're good. We're good. Let's just run it like this. Let's run it like this. Am I glitching for you guys? Can y'all see me? Can you hear me? Is there pausing? Let me know before I get this started. What up, Nancy? I don't know who you are, but hey. What's good? What's good? What's good? I haven't been live in a minute. I wanted to come up here and talk about, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this war. All right. I got to tread light because I am live on YouTube. I am live on Instagram, and Meta is heavily censoring anybody who speaks against Zionism, which I don't really care. I'm going to speak out against it, period, because it is what it is. The truth is the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Now, Deontay made a good point that the truth shall set you free, not the world. And people usually fight you when you provide something that goes against their worldview, but I'm not going to hold up too much more of your time. If you are watching here on TikTok, please do me a favor and tap that screen. Tap, 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 tap. I have to fight against the shadow ban, you guys, and I need you to help me do that. So if y'all can share the live, please share the live. Tap the screen. That would be amazing. Okay? Thank you in advance. I appreciate you so much. So, you've been following me since way back in the Cash days. Well, what's up? You're an OG follower. Welcome. I had just seen Trump post something that I thought was rather like, buddy, what are you doing? Why are we talking about this? So the news is reporting on it. They're saying that he's doing this for several different reasons. That's not my take or angle on this. Hold on, because my kid's in here and she's not supposed to be in here. 1 second. Sorry. Sure. Are you still a real one? Or are you going to defend Trump going psycho? That's funny. I don't even know what that means. Am I still a real one? Or am I going to defend Trump going psycho? That's a good one. All right. Sorry. I got distracted. My baby came in here, but we back. We back. Okay. So I seen Trump speak out on the hostages. Now I got to find that tweet real quick. I did a video on it, but I can't show the video right now. Hold up, bro. See, I feel like I'll be having everything up until I don't have everything up, which is so weird. So Trump, let's see, Trump bomb Middle East. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because he said the specific word Middle East. Okay? This is what he said. I'm not putting words in his mouth. Him said it. He said the Middle East was going to have hell to pay if they did not release the hostages. Right? Now, you guys know I have been pretty vocal, not against Israel, but just against the blind loyalty. I think the blind loyalty is what bothers me the most about this entire thing. All right, I'm trying to pull it up so y'all can see it for yourselves. I didn't make this up now. Trump posted it on his True Social. Where is it at? Here it is. True Social platform. Hopefully it'll pull up True Social. I really hate jumping through hoops just to pull simple things up. Or I could just talk crap about myself about not being properly prepared. But it got sent to me. You know what? I'll do this. This is what I'll do. Because it's definitely in my group chat. Sorry, guys. I'm just getting back. Bear with me. Okay. I'm not talking about Biden pardoning his son, because I don't even know why anybody's surprised. I see everybody talking about Biden pardoning his son. I'm like, what the world? What the world? Come on, man. Where's this picture at? What in the world? Not about colors, no red, no blue. All right, here we go. Share this tab instead. Let's go back to the StreamYard, wherever it may be. Which I don't know where the StreamYard is. Okay, here it is. All right. We got it pulled up. Sorry. Thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for bearing with me. So look, listen, bro. Everybody is talking about the hostages who are being so violently, inhumanely, and against the will of the entire world in the Middle East. Okay. I don't even know against the will of the entire, I don't even know what that means, but Trump, you got it. Okay. In the Middle East, but it's all talk and no action. Please let this truth serve to represent that if hostages are not released prior to January 20th, 2025, the date that I proudly assume office as President of the United States, there will be all hell to pay in the Middle East and for those in charge who perpetrated these atrocities against humanity. those responsible will be hit harder than anybody has been hit in the long storied history of the United States of America. Release the hostages now. Okay. So let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. Does anybody have a problem with the president standing up for America when he needs to? Raise your hand if you do. I'm just going to keep my hand down. Nope. Does anybody have a problem with President Trump standing up for Americans harmed overseas fighting wars? No, nobody raised their hand. I didn't raise my hand. Let's keep my hand down. But what I do have a problem with is how this entire thing started. And when I say thing, I'm talking about the conflict. I'm talking about the whole thing between Israel and Gaza. And I'm talking about Israel's negligence in having it. They had information beforehand. They had a whole 40-page document of details coming from Hamas on how they planned to take hostages and attack Israel. If you don't believe me, I have things to prove what I'm talking about. I have sources. I actually have the original source that came from the IDF itself. Hey, babe. Sorry, my husband just walked in. So, just so you guys know, I'm not coming from a place of bias. I'm not coming from a place of wanting to attack Trump. I voted for Trump, right? I think that he is the best option. But I, along with other people, am always going to voice my skepticism and concern when I see things like this coupled with other things that are being expressed within the media. All right. So this whole thing just set off a string of research for me. And I wanted to go back to the beginning to when I was speaking out and saying, you know what? What's happening is atrocious over there. It is super sad. But I don't think I'm willing to just throw the baby out with the bathwater and say that this is happening because of this. This is happening because of the... I can't even say it. You got to be so PC on here nowadays. I can't even say it. You guys know what I'm talking about. The women and children being used as human shields. All the rhetoric, right? All the rhetorics. So let's go back. Let's go to this right here. This is a Israel source. Okay? This is not coming from Hamas. This is coming straight from Israel. As you guys can see, I've got it pulled up. Disclosure, intelligence of 8,200. This is about the plan that was set to happen before it happened. Okay, a document compiled by the Gaza division shows that intelligent officials knew about Hamas's plan to raid Israel and break into outposts and also kidnap hundreds of people. A document compiled and forwarded to the Gaza division that shows the IDF and the intelligence systems knew about Hamas's plan to attack Israel. This document was distributed less than 3 weeks before the October 7th massacre. This was published this evening. Now I'm reading this in hindsight because this was talked about in June. And I'll go back to the original source. So I pulled source after source after source after source. I pulled Sky News, as you guys can see. I pulled Yahoo News, and I pulled some left-leaning news. But what really triggered this thought for me was the fact that they already had knowledge that this was supposed to go down. It's all going to make sense. It's all going to make sense. Just bear with me. So, according to Khan, which is a Israeli public broadcaster, they already had intelligence of this happening, and this document was distributed September 19th, 2023. It outlined the details of Hamas's planned raid. Okay? But you know what the IDF did? You want to know what they did? They thought that this plan was too immaculate, or not immaculate enough to break through Israel's defenses. So they kind of just said, whatever. I don't think they'll be able to get this whole thing off. Okay, and I'm not making this up either, because according to the New York Times, they had this plan, they had this document, and if you guys want to see it, right here, Israeli officials obtained Hamas's battle plan for October 7th. Now they're saying more than a year before it happened. Documents, emails, and interviews shows. But Israeli military and intelligence officials dismissed the plan as aspirational, considering it too difficult for Hamas to carry out. Approximately the 40-page document, which is what we were just talking about on the other page, straight from the Israeli broadcasting news broadcaster. This is not coming from anything. This is not me injecting my own opinion. Are you still rocking with me? Let me get a 1 in the chat. If you're still rocking, you're still here. Let me get a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat. Let's go. I see you guys on Instagram too. I see you. Most anyone would pardon their child. Just a simple fact, he lied about doing it. Yeah. That's why I said I wasn't going to talk about it. Let me get a 1 in the chat if you guys are still rocking. If you're still rocking, okay, we got all the ones coming in on TikTok. Where we at on YouTube? Where we at on IG? Okay, we got a 1 in the chat on Instagram. All right. Everybody's still rocking. Okay. So not only did they know about this, they had a document detailing all of it. Okay. Fast forward to what? A year later? Fast forward. Now we're talking about hostages being harmed. This whole thing that's coming out from Trump. I'm going to hold, all hell is going to break loose over in the Middle East if you don't release the hostages. Bro, is anybody smelling what I'm smelling? How are you going to go to war over hostages when the IDF already knew that these hostages would be taken? To me, this is what I'm saying. Flat out, this is what I'm saying. We could potentially be in an unnecessary war fighting things that have absolutely nothing to do with us. If this so-called superior intelligence called the IDF already had full knowledge of how many hostages were going to be taken, how they planned to execute this, and they had 40 pages detailing all of it, but decided to dismiss it because they did not think it was too aspirational and they considered it too difficult for Hamas to carry out. And then we fast forward to Trump saying he wants to have a ceasefire, according to Lindsey Graham. He wants to bring apart a ceasefire. Hamas coming out and saying, let's have a ceasefire. All the way up till now, to where allegedly Hamas comes out and details that they have unalived 33 more hostages. Now, this is where it gets real weird. This is why I'm saying this feels like a setup. This feels like we're being forced into a war that has nothing to do with us. A New York family a New Yorker whose family believed he was being held hostage was killed October 7th. This news came out. This is after Hamas releases a video saying, and I got a screenshot of that. I'm not going to play the video because I don't need YouTube trying to take me down. Hamas literally put out this information saying, hey, we unalive 33 more. Do something about it. Right? Let me send all this to myself. I'm sorry, guys. This article comes out and it talks about a hostage. And this hostage just so happened to be an Israeli American. Okay? Now, they call him a hostage, but I'm going to read the actual article to you, and I have several pulled up. Not just one source, several. Let me pull this back up. I got all these screens up. Okay. Israeli Defense Forces announced that Monday the death of Captain Omir Maxim Nutra, who was from Long Island, New York. The tank commander was 21. Neutra was killed during the October 7th Hamas attack on Israel, according to the IDF. Post-death, he was promoted to the rank of from lieutenant to captain. He deferred enrolling at the State University of New York, Binghamton. That's a difficult word to pronounce. To join the Israeli Defense Forces after high school, according to CBS News. Governor Kathy Hochul confirmed in a statement that he was barbarically murdered by Hamas. Now, I'm not making light of this young man's death, but this dude literally signed up to fight in a war. He went over there and chose the combat lane. This is what he chose to go do, and they are labeling it he was unalived as a hostage. He's not even a hostage. This dude is not even a hostage. He was a soldier. They are Israeli American soldier thought to have been taken hostage is now presumed dead. Now the IDF is saying, well, he died on October 7th. And then you got Trump saying, release the hostages now because Hamas said, hey, we unalived 33 more. And you got the news coming out with this, that, and the third. You got Trump saying, hey, if y'all don't stop this and if you don't release the hostages, there's going to be hell to pay in the Middle East. That's a very, very broad statement. What the crap does that mean? And what are we potentially going to war over is the bigger question. For what? For what? So we got the IDF already knowing about this, knowing how many hostages are going to take. This is all being exposed. We have the news constantly reporting on this. We have our government officials constantly trying to fan the flames of war. Hamas decides to put out a video saying that they unalived 33 more hostages. This guy is allegedly labeled a hostage when really he was a soldier that chose to go fight over there and died because of it. Okay. To now, the president that is supposed to be the peacetime president calling, this is what I took it as, I'm going to bomb you and I'm going to bomb what you got going on over there if you don't get in line with whatever. Get in line with what? Why are we fighting this war for them? They have been going back and forth for how many freaking years? What does any of this have to do with us? Not to mention, when he says the Middle East, to me, I immediately think Iran, and then I immediately think the military industrial complex. To me, this is just them fanning the flames, trying to drum up war and have the public okay with it. Manufacturer consent. Go read Noam Chomsky. He's got a really great read on this, on how they manufacture the consent of the American people to fight wars, to pass legislation, to do whatever the crap they want in this country. How do you know? This is a question I have. This is a question I have for Trump. We're talking about hostages that are being unalived, but we're also forgetting to factor in that they've been indiscriminately bombing buildings, churches, residential areas. How do you know they ain't unalived half of those hostages on their own with bombing the crap out of that entire region? Like, is nobody thinking about that? We just want war, 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 war. Yep, let's bomb. And when they retaliate, let's send more American soldiers over there to die for what? I know I'm using a lot of language that is not TikTok safe, but I'm just saying. At some point, we're going to have to answer these questions because I don't understand. Why are we threatening to bomb them? This person decided to go over there and fight. And I don't even understand how this dual loyalty that we keep saying Americans can go fight in that war, and then all of a sudden there's a war that we're involved in because you chose to go fight over there. Maybe I'm not making sense. Maybe I am making sense. I don't know. I'm just telling you the pieces that I put together that didn't make much sense to me. I'm going to send these extra. Hold on. Let me take this down real quick. I'm going to open up the extra pictures that I sent myself to help you even understand even more. Oh, come on. I got to send it one by one. That is so gay. Excuse me. Okay. Technology is so weird, man. One by one. This is what makes me, it doesn't scare me. I don't want to say I'm scared, but this is what makes me just like very weary of a lot of things that are going on that to me aren't making much sense. I don't get why we are wanting to drum up war over there. I don't like I said, I'm not saying that anybody deserves to die, but like you decided to go serve because you're clearly an Israeli. You clearly see something going wrong in your country where you came from, and they probably came here, gained their American status and became American Israelis, but you chose to go over there and fight that. If they're over there in that madness, why are we getting involved? For what? Look, this is May Gulen. She is an Israeli minister of social equality. There's a video, but it's in Hebrew, by the way. Definitely translated it. And exactly what's said here is what she's saying. I am personally proud of the Holocaust of Gaza, and that 80 years from now, they will tell their grandchildren what the Jews did. Like, when you see things like that constantly coming from that country, and then you see your president, Donald J. Trump, say, hey, listen, if you don't release the hostages, it's going to be hell to pay. Okay? When I come back in office, if you haven't released those hostages, I'm coming. And then what does that trigger? To me, this sounds like a whole war being set up before our very freaking eyes. Now, I went all the way back to the beginning to show you how Israel 100% had knowledge that this was going to happen, what their plan was. And now all of a sudden, America could potentially be involved because, quote unquote, Israel Americans are being unalived. By who? By who? All the intelligence, all the source that we're getting is coming straight from the IDF. I'm sorry, but if every single thing that was reported across the nation only came from CNN, would you believe it? No. This is the only source that we have. And we're just supposed to trust it and not ask any questions and say, well, they're our ally. We must defend Israel. You guys can let me know what you think. My rant is over. This stuff really rubs me the wrong way. It does. It makes me wonder what is going on the back end that this is what you are choosing to focus on. I'm sorry, but I don't really want to get involved in another war. I don't want to see my husband deploy. No thanks. I don't want to see my friends deploy. Over what? Some ancient war that has nothing to do with us as Americans? We have things going on here right at home. And almost every single Trump pick has sat down, and the first thing they've said when they've got in front of a camera is, we need to do more for Israel. No, we don't. We already do enough. Do you know how much we are paying out of pocket? You want to talk about all the money we're sending to Ukraine? Let's talk about the money we send over there to fight in a war that has nothing to do with us. Maybe I'm anti-Semitic, because we all know those words are coming. Maybe I don't care about innocent women and children, because we all know those accusations are coming. Or just maybe I am noticing a reoccurring theme that is happening in this country when it comes to war. Maybe we just got out of over 20 something years of a war over in the Middle East, and all of a sudden Israel just so happens to, they have the Iron Dome, they have the world's greatest intelligence. They get attacked by little peons compared to them. And all of a sudden, it's the darkest day in American history, October 7th. They want to make it adjacent to 9/11. Are you following me? How many times did you see them get on TV and make this adjacent to 9/11? On the right and the left. What happened after 9/11? We got the Patriot Act, and then we got an unnecessary war. Thousands of soldiers gone. For what? They never found the weapons of mass destruction. Allegedly, the guy who concocted this whole plan, Obama found him and dropped him in the middle of the ocean. We didn't get to see that. Well, we got to see them beat the crap out of Muammar Gaddafi up and down the street. If you know about that, you know about that. We got to see Saddam Hussein get beat the crap out of up and down the street. But we don't see the guy who caused 9/11. Dancing Jews. Did you hear me? Because I don't want to repeat it again. Remember who was celebrating 9/11 when it happened. And remember how it was not televised and how many people don't talk about it. Remember all these things. And then come back and call me anti-Semitic some more. But I know I'm not a fool. And I know that this looks very weird. That's what I do know for a fact. This looks weird. The fact that we are even talking about bombing anything over there for what? Because of, I want to say it so bad, but you gotta control yourself. I can't be emotional and get up here and just spurg out, because you know what people do? They take a clip of you and they tell the story. I'm asking the questions. I'm asking the questions that nobody wants to ask. Why is it the IDF had information, didn't act upon it because they thought, well, they could never pull this off? Over a year later, this conflict is still going on. We are still sending money. And the president that is supposed to be the peacetime president is talking about hell to pay over in the Middle East. I'm asking questions. And I'm asking you if you see what I see, if you hear what I hear. I'm not connecting dots that don't deserve to be connected. I just went down a line and showed you what I looked up my dang on self. Pull it back up. Why does it sound like someone's in here? Who is that? I don't know what that is. Let's close this up. And the reason that I'm really hyper focusing on this, y'all, to be honest, is because of Trump's Secretary of State pick. Marco Rubio is a part of the military industrial complex. They want to wage war over there so bad. so bad. And if they could fan the flames of that, because you remember all these people are like, level the place, let's bomb them. There is no such thing as a Palestinian. And you have some representatives. There's no such thing as an innocent Palestinian. You got Mike Huckabee talking crazy. And then you got Trump getting involved. What is that signal for the rest of the country? Should we be worried? Am I being an alarmist, or am I seeing a pattern here? Do you see a pattern here? It's the uniparty, left, right. It's how they march you all to your doom. Oh, they definitely, listen, I got off the right-left train a long time ago, and I wish everybody else would get off. I do. Because it's taking us nowhere. Y'all are set tripping and politically gang banging and doing all this for parties that don't give a crap about you. It is 2024. We still got homeless people on the streets. We still have mental illness running rampant. We have a crime issue. We have a drug issue. We have a culture issue. Okay? And where is any of it being addressed? Where? Because every time I see one of these get up and speak, the first thing they say is we must defend Israel. What are we to think? What am I to think? I don't want to get up here and talk about this. I would rather get up here and say, you know what? Trump's going to restore peace, and all these unnecessary wars we're not going to be involved in. For what? But I'm finding myself not being able to do that because every time I turn around, we're talking about Israel. And now, all of a sudden, because Hamas decided to come out on social media at that, that's another thing that I just find so odd, y'all. All these things are being broadcasted via social media. What the freak is happening? Oh my God. Listen, bro. Is this a video? I don't know if this is a video or what. Hold up. Oh, it won't play. Hold on. Let me download this real quick. Somebody sent me something and I want to show y'all. So let me download this real quick. And while I download this, we got to get the chat moving. I want to hear what everybody is thinking about this. Because I can't be the only one sitting here going, this. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. I got it to work. Who remembers the OG? This was the original OG. The one who questioned things before everybody actually started to question things. Right? Check this out.
You know, back in the 1960s, they bombed the USS Liberty knowing it was one of our ships because it caught the radio chatter of them killing thousands of Palestinian children during that invasion, and they torpedoed it as they begged for hours on the radio, and LBJ sat there in 63 and let them do it. I don't support the Palestinians either. They're all hyped up and psychotic. But Israel's going to get us nuked, always backing them up like this. Israel calls the Palestinians goyim or cattle or dogs or subhuman. They keep them on concentration camps. I got video of them taking Palestinian women's tomatoes they grow and breaking their water containers and stealing. That's why you have this crap.
So is it okay? Because Alex Jones just said what I've been saying. Alex Jones has said what Nick Fuentes has been saying. Alex Jones has said what Candace has been saying. Alex Jones is saying what millions of Americans have been saying about this country.
And our children are going
to... Hold on. I'm so mad that this is breaking up and not playing all the way. Come on, Alex Jones. Come through. Let me just go ahead and download it so we can play it with no interruptions. He's saying what many people have been saying about this country. And when you say what I'm saying, when you say what Alex is saying, you immediately get labeled anti-Semitic. Why were Jews dancing? You don't believe me? Hold on. Why were they dancing as the Twin Towers went down? I'm going to keep going back to this because they compared October 7th to 9/11. Why were they dancing? Who were the dancing Israelis of 9/11?
Going to die. We're going to get nuked because of this. Iran's got.
Come on, man. I got to close this down. It's not working for me. See? See? Oh, this is too long. I'm not going to play that video. Alex Jones is in on it too, sadly. Hey, look, whoever is in on it, okay, whoever's in on it, they in on it. They in on it. But I'm asking why American citizens have nothing to say about this. Why so many American citizens are okay with what is happening within our government. This feels like the United States of Israel. Every time I turn around, government officials are talking about this country and not anything that has to do with us. It's like we come dead last. We came dead last when it came to the Democrats. They wanted to do Ukraine, Russia. And we're coming dead last when it comes to this America First, so-called America First agenda. What's his name? Anomaly made a really great point. This was something that I had talked about a while back, where I did an Instagram and I was making fun of black people because I said, look, New York is able to come out. Kathy Hochul, you know how they said, well, we got to study reparations. We can't get it for y'all yet. Kathy Hochul in New York decided to183 million. Now, are they getting a lot? Who knows? Once you break it down. But the fact that they are willing to give these people that have not experienced the Holocaust reparations should infuriate you. And nobody talked about it. I did. But no. Well, the Holocaust is different. That was 100-something years ago. That's actually closer to, the time slavery wasn't. And the people who experienced it, they're still alive today. Shout out to Anomaly. I guarantee no conservative commentator that freaks out about black reparations will cover this topic. Everyone knows that there's one topic that turns them into a coward and a hypocrite. Bro.
Oh my God.
Thank you. How long have you all been watching me? How long have you all been watching me? How long have I been talking about this unspoken thing where you can't question the Holocaust and you can't talk about nothing related to the Jews? It really spiked up. It really ramped up when Kanye came out. But I've been talking about this forever. How is it? We're going to war for these people. We're about to give them reparations for they didn't even experience. We got money to give them reparations, but you ain't got money to give black people reparations. Like, are you kidding me? Really? Come on, man. This is Kathy Hochul. New York has secured over $183 million in compensation for Holocaust victims and their heirs. Who is a Holocaust victim today? And why do they need over $183 million? Hate has no home in New York, and my administration is committed to uplifting survivors and their families while honoring the memory of 6 million lives taken far too soon. What about all the black people that was unalived and hung and just destroyed by the white people in America? What about them? Why are we paying reparations to Jews? We already pay enough. Didn't we? Hold on. Let me see. How much have we sent them year to date? I want to see this. How much has America given to Israel? Whew. U.S. aid to Israel in 4 charts. All right. You don't even want me to read this damn number. You don't want me to read this number. If I read this number, you're going to puke. I will read this number if I get a whole bunch of ones in the chat. I will show you exactly what I'm reading. This is total aid from fiscal years 1964 to 2024. I need a whole bunch of interaction in the chat. If you want me to read this, get busy in the chat, man. Help me out. Help the algorithm. Help me. There should be way more than 9 people here. Help me out. We got some ones dropping. Come on. There's a total of 10 people watching me on YouTube, 4 on my main page and 6 on my backup. 8 of you. There's 8 of you watching. Drop ones in the chat. I don't have enough ones. Let's go. So we got 4 different charts. The first one, Israel is the largest cumulative recipient of U.S. aid. Total aid from fiscal years 1946 to 2024. Okay? Economic, we give them less than 100 billion. It looks like it's about around 82 something billion dollars. Okay? We gave them over 300 billion in military aid. The preliminary amount for fiscal year 2024 is $12.5 billion. This is from the 70s till now. Most of the aid, approximately 3.3 billion a year, is provided as grants under Foreign Military Financing Program, funds that Israel must use to purchase U.S. military equipment and services. In October 2023, the Biden administration said Israel had nearly 600 active FMF cases, totaling around $24 billion. Israel has also historically been permitted to use a portion of its FMF aid to buy equipment from Israeli defense firms, a benefit not granted to other recipients of U.S. military aid, but this domestic procurement is set to be phased out in the next few years. The top recipient of U.S. arms sales. Guess who comes second? Israel, $53 billion. Saudi Arabia is number 1, coming in at $164 billion. Additionally, $500 million a year is slated for Israel and U.S. joint missile defense programs, in which the two countries collaborate on research, development, and production of these systems used by Israel, including the Iron Dome, which we don't even have. We're paying to study the Iron Dome for someone else's country, and we don't even have one here. I'm going to stop reading the amounts because it's getting ridiculous. Where does it end? If we're not okay with sending arms and sending missiles and money over to Ukraine because that's not our business, it's have nothing to do with us. Ukraine is doing some crazy things, okay? Expanding NATO. Russia has shown tremendous restraint, regardless of the fact that we have shown such aggression towards them. You don't want to send money over there. And that's fine, because I agree with you. I don't want to send money over there. But you're okay with the latter. Bro, come on, man. Come on, man. Hold on. Somebody said, the DNC dangles your reparations every 4 years. Have you not realized it? What reparations is being dangled in front of me every 4 years? I don't know what you're talking about. Ukraine is a huge white supremacy country. I'm not even, if we're talking about the Azov battalion and all that, okay. But that's besides the point. That's besides the point. The point I'm making is we have a set of rules and regulations for one side that we don't have towards the other. We have a set of rules and regulations when it comes to clearly reparations that we don't carry for the other side, even down to speech. Reparations, speech, the crazy abilities to just go to war because these people want to be over there doing dumb shit, going to war with countries that hate you. Like, bro. And then we gotta back it. We have to pay for it, potentially lose lives and bomb because of what they got going on. I know I sound like an isolationist, and a lot of people say that that is not something that is feasible. It's not realistic. But tell me, what do we benefit? If we did go defend Israel today and we sent troops over there and we bombed the crap out of the Middle East and that triggered a war, what did we benefit? Legitimately asking. We benefited nothing. Nothing. So what's the point in all this? What's the point? Where do we go from here? Do you just sit back and say, you know what? Trump said he understood what mistakes he made in his first term with selecting certain people, so I'm just going to trust that he picks the right people now? Or do you just become realistic in your approach and say, this looks mighty reminiscent to 9/11 and a few other events that we won't talk about because that can really get your page taken down. And it'll have a lot of people looking at you crazy. When you start to question aspects of history and you say, you know what, this doesn't make sense, people immediately call you a revisionist. Oh, you're a revisionist. And it's usually you being in favor of fascism and all these other. I can study Mussolini. I can study Schmittler and the Schmazis to see their tactics, right? And not believe that they did something great, but also see elements of how these same tactics are being used in America, centered around this very subject. It's crazy, man. I just wanted to come live and share my thoughts on this to see if anyone else was seeing what I'm seeing. Now, feel free to challenge me, please. If there is something that I'm missing, then you know, let me know. Sorry. If I'm missing something, or you feel like I don't have the entire picture, or maybe you think I'm being biased. Who knows? Put it in the comment section. Let me know. Because I'm willing to be challenged. I'm willing to have someone correct me. But from where I'm standing, and I'm going to shift this over to TikTok. But from where I'm standing, This don't smell right to me. I don't like it. I'm not rocking with it. It seems like we're drumming up war that has nothing to do with us, threatening that the Middle East is going to have hell to pay. That encompasses a lot of countries. I'm not on board. I'm not. I don't want to go to war for Israel. I don't want to go to war for any country. Now, if somebody does something to us, then all bets off. I think a lot of people would be open to go fight that. All bets are off. But this has nothing to do with us. Nothing. And I'm sorry, but I don't trust the IDF. When all the sources, when all the information is coming from them and nothing else, and when you try to bring up another source, it is automatically labeled Hamas, we have a problem there. You should question a few things, not blindly follow. So this is me ending the stream for Instagram and YouTube. You guys let me know what you think. And if y'all want to come over to TikTok, I'm going to start letting people up. Get your requests in now. Come on over to TikTok and join the conversation. These are just the questions that I found myself having when I started to look into different things. And this was a long time ago. This was back. Do you guys remember when Hamas attacked Israel? I think it was before the election. The Iron Dome blocked all of their attacks. I was one of those people that said, I stand with Israel. I had no clue why. I just was going along to get along. I hadn't even really studied foreign politics like that yet. But when I started to get into it, that whole, I stand with Israel, that went away. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. TikTok, don't go anywhere. I'm going to end the stream over here. I thank you guys for supporting me. Thanks for listening to me go on my rants. Thanks for considering my ideas and trusting me to disseminate information. I don't take that lightly. I will catch you guys Tuesday. We got a show. Peace out.
It's only reacts, breaking it down. No left, no right, just truth all around. It's not about parties, no red, no blue. She's calling it out, bringing facts to you. So tune in and see.